Alright, so it's finally Monday after a crazy week last week and not so crazy weekend. I would say it was a pretty chill weekend. And we'll get straight into the news and into the charts and a bit of data because there's not much, you will see. The price hasn't really done much. But before we do that, I need to mention, as always, that this is not a financial advice, it's only for educational purposes, and you always need to do your own research before making financial decisions. And with that being said, let's see what happened today. Today, sorry. Fed just injected, Fed to inject 7.5 billion in the US economy, which is short-term bullish, right? I suppose this is one of the reasons why Bitcoin is still holding up quite nicely. I'm surprised how nicely it's holding up, right? And I would assume that this is one of the reasons markets love this type of news, especially before it actually happens, right? So I don't think they injected the money yet. Now, in regards to Trump, the whole of Iran will be wiped out if they don't make a deal with us. Now, I don't want to talk much more about Trump. You know my opinion about him. And I definitely don't want to talk about him on a Monday. I want to start the week nicely. All I want to say is that he's still lying, actually. Let's not say he's talking, he's lying nonstop. And he's manipulating the prices. But yeah, as you can see, these type of news, not very good, especially, I don't know, considering how the economy is doing in America, and not only America. I don't think S&P and the stocks and all of these can keep pumping, right, like they are at the moment. And I don't think Trump can keep faking all of the like the numbers, right, the CPI numbers and all of those numbers. I don't think he can keep faking them. And he cannot keep saying that the economy is booming while it's not. All right, so yeah, there's that in terms of the war. Now, in terms of the CME gap, because people are really looking into these, and myself included, for a really valid reason. These gaps are usually filled, I think 90% of the time or something like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if it pumps even to 78 or maybe even 80k, take out literally all of the shorts and then dump it. But it's clear that we have a pretty decent gap here, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if it pumps even to 80k or something like that. Now, in terms of the in terms of the open interest, we can see last week, yes, it did pump along with the price, but afterwards it dumped. The price dumped as well. Now it's trying to go up a bit, but the open interest is not there, right? It's definitely not there. The volume also, it's really low, and the spot volume same, maybe even lower. Now, what's not very good, I guess, there's still lots of shorts around these areas, and we'll look also at the liquidation heat map, but we can see that the funding is still negative, right? So I don't know, there could be a short term more upside. On the short term there could be more upside, right? So like I said, we're looking at the, I don't know why is this not on the 3-day. I thought I said it on the 3-day, but anyways, so like I said, you can see that we have some liquidity here at 78,655. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get up here. Well, it's even more than that if we take into consideration even this level here. So there's quite a bit. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if we pump up to here and then finally the big dump. So if we get into the charts, last week, if you remember, we discussed that it could, it was at resistance here, and I was hoping it would retrace from here, reject from here. But I also said that what I would not be surprised about, and what I was thinking that could happen, is it would get into the order block and then reject. And that is exactly what it did. It got into the order block. I'm not saying I predicted it, because I mean, I really didn't. I literally said two scenarios, and one of them one of them happened. Yeah, so it's not looking bad, to be honest. It's really not looking bad if you look at the Bitcoin chart. So if I get the Fibonacci, I want to take this swing low from here. Yeah, so it's also having a fair value gap here along with the 50%. And if we also take the anchor volume, the VWAP from here, it aligns nicely for this entire move, right? For this entire move, it aligns nicely with the 50% Fibonacci, the VWAP as well. So if you guys are looking for short-term longs, I wouldn't do it. I like shorting only, but if you're looking for it, I guess this would be a pretty decent area. Now, I would also like to see the anchored volume profile for this entire range. Yeah, at the moment, sorry, not this. The other ones we can actually see it for this entire range. Perfect, yeah. So you can see at the moment it's holding above the point of control. I'm surprised there's such a big volume around this area. But the next one aligns nicely with the, if you remember, with the VWAP and the 50% Fibonacci. So if you guys are looking for, I don't know, I would say it's a degen long, but everyone with their own preferences, this would be a decent area, also the fair value gap, right? So with that being said, I really don't think it's going much higher. I don't think so, guys. Maybe 80%, 80k, and then the dump. Volume is also low, as you can see. Well, not very low, but pretty low. So sub 60k, in my opinion, it should still happen. I think we're still in the bear market. If we look on the macro, on the daily, let me just get rid of this. And you can clearly see we are still in this downtrend. So let me see, do I still have that? Do I still have that? I don't even know what trend lines I've got here anymore. I literally forgot what trend lines have we got. Oh, damn. Okay, so this one. Yeah, we did break above this a little bit, but this could easily be a fake out. And afterwards, the dump. So yeah, not much has happened. Like I said, over the weekend, the price is still around here. So yeah, we'll see what happens over the course of the week. Hopefully it finally dumps. I'm really looking forward for the dump.